You have to realize that you are being constantly watched. I mean, every time you send code or documents or anything sensitive, to tools like ChatGPT, Claude or Codex, that data is being stored, analyzed, and officially it's used for training by those companies. And yes, you agreed to that in the contract when you signed up to those services. And that's what happens officially, but what happens unofficially, who really knows, I don't know. But the thing is, you don't have to do that anymore, because recently we can run really powerful AI models completely offline. You can run them on your laptop or even on your phone. And we can do it free of charge as well. So, no subscriptions or no data leaving your device and with nobody watching. And in this video, I'm going to show you the easiest, the fastest and probably the most secure way to run your AI locally. And you might think that it might be some super complicated process, but you will laugh when you see it. Because it's seriously so easy that even, I don't know, your granny can follow this guide. And I'm not joking, really. And we are going to use the most recent Gemma4 and Qwen 3.6 27 billion models. They are two very recent and very powerful models that are open sourced and you can just download to your laptop. And you know what? You don't even need any crazy setups, like you don't need 4 5090 RTX graphic cards to run those models anymore. If you've got something old, like M1 MacBook, let's say, with 32 GB of memory, that's fine, that's perfectly fine. Even older devices will be perfectly fine. The M1 MacBook is exactly what I am going to use in this video. But this method that I'm going to show you will work on macOS, but also on Windows and on Linux. So basically any operating system that you might have at home. It's completely free, so you will have no surprise bills from OpenAI or Anthropic. But more importantly, it's that safety and the privacy. You just think about it. Maybe you have some job contracts, maybe some legal documents, personal files or private questions. Then would you really want to upload that to the cloud? With the local AI, you don't have to do that. Everything stays on your machine. You can be completely detached from the internet. And that's what we are going to do, I will show you. So nothing gets sent anywhere. Everything stays locally on your machine. And your AI model will run perfectly fine even if you completely detach it from the internet. Alright, but that's enough talking. Let's get started. There are really just two steps involved. And the first one will be to install LM Studio. There are many other programs that you could use, but I went for LM Studio because I think it's the easiest. And the second step is to download the AI model that you want to run. It doesn't have to be one model, you can run multiple models on your local machine. So first we go to lmstudio.ai. So I just say lmstudio.ai and we need the first link that will take us here. You can either use this button or that button. You can see it detected this is Mac, so I can use this one. And now it's being downloaded. So I can scroll down, you can see there are other ways of installing it as well. You can use command line for Mac and Linux, this is a separate one for Windows, and you can run it in a headless deployment. But anyways, it's downloaded now, so I just double click on that, and it's here. So I just drag it to my applications. So now it's being installed, it only takes a while, like a few seconds. Great. And now, if I go to my apps, I search for LM Studio or LM, and it says it's an app downloaded from internet. Yes, for now it is. I am still connected to the internet because we have to first download this stuff, yes? So I say open, and that's it. First step is completed. Let me maybe minimize the browser, and as you can see it says local AI on your computer. So let's get started. And now it even recommends a model for you, which is Gemma4 E4B. And it's up to you. You can skip it, because maybe that's not the model you want. You will have choice of many other models anyways. But to be honest, this is really good model. So I would just say download Gemma. Let's click that button. That will be our first AI model that we can run locally. The download has started. It's over 6 gig though, remember. So make sure that you have enough space on your disk. And it says it's E4B means effective 4 billion parameters version, which suggests it's compressed, or the process is called quantization, the compression process. Never mind. As you can see, it supports image input, so we can use image, we can attach images and it can analyze them for us, or files as well. It has the reasoning or thinking mode, and it can call other tools as well, which is great. But let's wait for the download to complete and you will see all of that in action. Okay, it's downloaded, so I just say continue. Advanced settings, developer mode, no, I don't need it now. But start local LLM service on login, yes, make sure you have it ticked, because simply this program will start when you start your laptop. So I say continue to LM Studio. And we can use Gemma4 right now, because it's downloaded and ready to be used. Let's close this, let's close that. I want to show you something else though. If you go here and click that little robot-like face, you will see that there are many other models available as well, like the Qwen3.6 27B model. It's very fresh, you can see it was released just yesterday, and it also has these three icons. It also has vision, tool calling, and reasoning mode. You can also read more about it here on the right. You can see which model is the most popular one, etc. But yes, this one is great, it has great reviews. I haven't tested it much yet, to be honest, but I read on some other portals users are really happy with it. They say it's a great model, that Qwen3.6 27B. So the model we have so far is this one. And you can see, when I click Qwen, it says download, yes? When I click on Gemma, we already have it downloaded, so I can use it in the chat, which is basically here, yes? If we start a new chat, for the time being, I can pick a model, but I have only one, because I only downloaded Gemma. So let's load this model maybe. I say load model. Took just 2 seconds maybe. And Gemma is already waiting for our prompt. But what I want to show you, let me go to the Wi-Fi. I will turn off the Wi-Fi, so I'm disconnected from the internet now. I will open Opera maybe again, and I will show you just to confirm. I will go to, let's say, Google. No internet, alright? It says internet disconnected, but my Gemma should still work. If I say, I don't know, what are the components of a Kubernetes cluster? I click that, and immediately you can see it started processing. But have a look, it says thinking, yes? It's that thinking or reasoning mode, and it's now ticked. I can untick it if I want, but let's get back to it shortly. You can see it's thinking, so it's not the output yet. It will produce the output shortly. But oh, that's what's happening now. And it took just few seconds really. And it's now producing the answer. And this is happening with the internet disabled. It has no access to the internet. And the answer is yes, that sounds right. Kube API server, etcd, kube scheduler, controller manager, everything seems fine. Alright, so we know it works. And as I said, that thinking mode or reasoning mode, you can disable it or you can enable. By default it's enabled. And you definitely want it enabled for like complex mathematical or coding tasks. I would always go for that thinking mode, because in this mode, this LLM will explore multiple different strategies. It will cross-check its own logic, and because of that, it is much less likely to hallucinate. So the solution will be much more probable to work as expected. And regarding the vision, what it is, it says the model can process image inputs. Let's check it. As you can see, I've got 2 files here. One is of my cacti, which doesn't look right, because, it's getting poorly. So, I can either click that button, that little plus, which allows me to attach file or attach image, or I can simply drag it here. And I can ask, I don't know, can you tell me what that cacti is? And why does it look so poorly? Let's see what it says. It's processing, thinking, again because I'm still using this thinking mode. Let's give it a few seconds, let's see what happens. And now it's producing the answer. What kind of cactus it is? It is type of columnar cactus. Yes, that sounds correct. And then you have a beautiful, healthy looking, well, it's not bad, but it has seen its better days. But yes, it works as well. So what if we want to add more models? Because now I have only Gemma, yes? So let's go here, let's click on that little robot face, and you can see loads and loads of models, yes? Like they are specifically for this machine, note. Because if I go here, best match, you can see only include staff picks and only the ones that will fit on this device. Which means I can pick any of them and I can be sure they will work. So Qwen3, oh, network connected file, yes, we have to enable the Wi-Fi to download the models. So that's probably what you should do. You want to download all the models you want, and then if you want to be 100% sure that no data is leaking to the internet, then you can disable it completely. But for the time being, we need that internet connection. Let's go. Why doesn't it read? Shall I try it again? Okay, so now it's fine. You can see the internet connection. So now I can download this most recent model, which is supposed to be really great. I say download. As you can see, this one is much bigger as well. It's 17 gig, which is still fine, to be honest. And you can see that it still fits fully on my GPU. Full GPU offload possible. And if you wonder what that GGUF is, as you can see, we only have GGUF or MLX. They're both ticked. They are kind of like languages that this particular model can talk. And GGUF is a GPT unified format, something like that. And it was designed specifically for that so-called compression or quantization process, where basically the AI model from much bigger size is compressed to much smaller, which means also it can fit on your laptop or even on your mobile phone nowadays, and still has great results. It doesn't lose much of the quality. And the GGUF format, or language as I said, can be used on any machine, on Windows machine, on Linux or MacOS, but MLX is specific for Apple M series CPU. So if you have MacOS on M1 up to M5 processor, then you can search only for MLX, that will show you the models. You can see MLX, yes? But this is specific, you can even see framework for Apple Silicon by Apple. But that one is GGUF, actually the Qwen, the newest Qwen is GGUF, but it's still fine. This one is simply a universal and works everywhere. And we can also see it has vision, it can use tools, and it has that thinking or reasoning mode. If you wonder what other models, while this one is downloading, what other models you might want to use, the Gemma4 3 was pretty popular because it had a long context window, and even mentions here, like this one has 256k tokens. I think there are models even capable of 1 million and more tokens, but it doesn't have visions. And what are those tokens, I will show you shortly. And Qwen, other models, that one was very popular because it's pretty small, 9 billion parameters. You can see it's 6.5 gig, but you could have great results with that one as well. What else? Anything from Mistral, like Ministral or Devstral, they are like specific tools, but some of them are great. This is a tool for OCR, specifically to read the scanned documents, let's say. Many more. And from GPT, this one is also great. OSS 20 billion parameter. Okay, nearly there. And now you can see I can use it in chat. It's been downloaded, so I just click that and it will switch the model from Gemma to Qwen. That's important to understand. You can download many models, but you can only run one at a time. It will simply remove the previous model from memory, it will load the new one, and we will use this one now, okay? So maybe let me turn off the internet again. No Wi-Fi, no internet, just to confirm. Go to Google. We've got no internet, which is great. And I have another file. It's like this little residential real estate agreement that maybe let me open it. It's probably what a lot of you not sometimes have to go through, like read all the crap that is here. Who wants to read that? Maybe I want to summarize this document, or maybe even better, I want to find if something is like worrying, something is concerning in that real estate agreement. Maybe it's my contract for my house that I purchased, yes? And I want to find out if there is nothing like dodgy in it. So I can also just drag and drop it like the previous one. But before I do that, I want to talk about that context window. Even if you go here, you have now choice of Gemma and Qwen, yes? And you can see this one is loaded, you can unload it. But I want to go to settings, and you can see the context length here as well. Currently, it's set only to 4096. And it says maximum number of tokens the model can attend to in one prompt. So this context length is simply a number of so-called tokens, which are like small text units that our AI model can process at once. And we can see it's set to 4000, which is somewhere between 2000 to 3000 full English words. And it might sound like a lot, but you have to bear in mind that in that context window, we have to fit our entire document that we want to attach, but not only that. We also want to have a room for our conversation history, for our question itself, for some skills maybe that you have configured, and some other things. So this 4000 is not much. And if this document is longer than 3000 words, and our AI model can see that it's unable to process entire document in one go, then you will see it trying to split that file into smaller chunks or do some other things. So instead of watching it struggling, we can simply increase that context window. You can see you can go up to 256K, which is this number. But you have to remember that when you do that, you might also see the difference in overall performance of that AI model. So you might want to fiddle with that setting to find the sweet spot for your particular machine. So the context window is pretty long, but overall speed and performance for this particular model, I mean for the Qwen model, because you set it per model. Gemma can have different values and Qwen can have different values, alright? So I will set it somewhere, because 4000 is too small, but then this value might be too much, the processing time might be too long. So I will go somewhere here, 24,000 something. But you have to reload to apply those changes. I will reload it then, and it will reload with these new parameters, with the new context window size. And now I will simply add it here, and I will ask Qwen model, can you have a look if this contract looks fine, or if there is anything dodgy in it. Probably not the greatest question you could come up with, but let's see what it says. I will send it, and you can see immediate response, but then again, I will go through that thinking mode as well. Thinking mode is still enabled. But you can see new field now, chat with files. And if we hover over, I think, no, it doesn't say anything. But you can see it says RAG version 1. And you can think of that as context window being like short-term memory and RAG being like long-term memory. So you can attach some documents that are relevant for your specific case, and the LLM can use those files and will give you the answer specifically, based on those files, if that makes sense. And this is done automatically, as you can see. So you can see the Qwen is much slower, first of all, but it also processes much more data right now. You can think of that, again, that RAG is. Let's imagine that you are a lawyer working on a case for your client. You might want to submit documents that are relevant only to that case, yes? So your model can focus only on that data specifically. It will be much less likely then to hallucinate, and you can expect much more accurate answer that is relevant to your current case you are working on. Something like that. And you can also see that the all content can fit into the context. So now, with the extended context size, it doesn't have to split it into multiple files, yes? So, alright, I don't think there is a point to wait until it finishes, but you can see it works as expected, and it works with the internet disabled. We have no connection to the internet, but it still works fine. Alright, so I hope that helps. That's all you need to know really to start with. And then you can fiddle with other models, you can play with context size and other settings, because it's not the only setting. So hope that all makes sense and it was helpful. So thank you for watching.